Alrighty guys, and I'm back to do another quick YouTube video of what I think is the new meta, at least for the Maul. But this might open up the doors for other weapons for having maybe a new meta, or just in general just being something better of an alternative option versus just the same build. Because, I mean, as some of you might know and have watched a lot of YouTube videos, really it just turns out there might be one, maybe two weapons per class where everybody builds pretty much the same thing. And it kind of gets old. You want to look for something new, something different. Personally, I like watching like this YouTube video, and his YouTube name is like What If You Say Alex. He kind of like brought out, I guess, awareness to the human path with the Verve and new alternatives of like a support class with using thread and spamming Karakuri. And I kind of like that because, instead of just always just doing how much damage can I do, the most damage, he kind of opened it up to being where you can have different builds and different options. So I like his YouTube video for that. So if you want, you can check him out. Uh, he's got a lot of good builds and a lot of good information on hand. But anyway, I'm gonna show off this Maul because I haven't seen any YouTube videos on it, and so I might be the first on it. So, I'll try and spread the awareness and the exposure on that with this new limit break system that I think is gonna shake it up a little bit. And what I mean by that is, everyone builds this one in terms of like being the best raw damaging Maul. The only other ones I've seen builds on, which I also have, is like on this one. Um, as for Elemental, I haven't seen anything really else on Elemental with the Maul. Um, I've seen some people try and test this one out. Not really sure how well that one stacks up personally. Don't really know. Never built it. And I obviously haven't fought this one. My friend and I want to fight it, but we haven't had a chance to get around to doing that, so I haven't gotten to fight it yet. So I have no idea what those ones look like. So if those are any good comparatively to what I'm about to show you now, don't hate me for it. I have no idea. So I'm just going to show off what I know. And so, you look at this limit break system and you might notice, like, okay, you're going through the tree, and like as I'm seeing, you're like, okay, these ones are all doing different numbers. Why is that? Well, some of these other older weapons, they are completely outclassed by what's at the bottom, and no one's even going to look at these. But with the new limit break system, hopefully, we'll be seeing some more alternative builds that could do well. I don't know. This one is my first to do, and maybe there'll be more. And there's some that don't have a limit break. This one doesn't have any limit break options. There are a few, I think, in each one of the trees. I really don't know how many are in this tree don't have any. And some of them go up quite high. Like, this one's a good example, right? I did this one a couple times. I don't know if I'm ever going to get around to building it. Maybe I will, just more for a fun build, not really for damaging, because, got the inherent shockwave and final blow, and that sounds dope. Just to knock them out all the time. But it, I think its raw damage was like 700 and something. I think it was like the same as this one, like, oh, similar. I think it was like 738 or something like that. This one's a little bit lower. But if you go to limit break it, 100 damage. And some people might think and have thought, because I've seen it online, where they think it's not consistent and it's randomized, but that's not the case. It's not ascending or descending in damage. It's flat across the board, the same. The first amount of raw damage that I got from this was 100 all the way up until the end. I know I didn't build all the way, but I did with my other Maul over there, and it was the same with that. So I think they made it just pretty much consistent. So basically, this Maul will go with about 1411 in raw damage, making it viably competitive with some of these later Mauls that are all doing, 1300, 1000 damage, whatever that might be, in terms of raw. So this, I think, is what might end up outclassing this one by a little bit, and it doesn't make the Tempest Maul you know, not viable or something I'm saying you shouldn't build anymore. It's still good, you know. I mean, it has a tunnel vision. That's arguably the best perk for the Maul, next to extended wrap and things like that. But you have the Sleight of Hand Fury, boost sack for all at the kind of Karakuri, so that's more of a 10% on demand. I don't know how long it lasts. I think it's probably like 5 or 10 seconds. I have no idea. But I can't imagine it being that long, even though it says a while. You imagine 20 seconds would be more of a while, and briefly would be more like 10, 15, 5, 10 seconds. But their descriptions aren't the best. And when they say a while, when they say briefly, you might as well test it out, because who knows how long it is. Like I said, I think this is like 5-10 seconds. So if you spam a lot of torches, that's just 10% more damage on demand, especially if you got them trapped up, which you tend to do if you play Maul, because it's a slow weapon. And it's got inversion attack, and again, description-wise, I have no idea how long this lasts, but it says for a while after being thrown by Kimono. And there's another one over here that's called Vengeance that says briefly after being hit, but and you say and saying hit and then thrown. So like there's two different terminologies there, and then time between briefly and a while. And who knows, they could probably last about the same amount of time. But this one says briefly, and the other one says a while. Then you're looking at like, why are you doing this? Like they should just put up like the base amount of time that it lasts for, disregarding anything like time changers that'll obviously alternate it to being longer. So if this lasts 10 seconds, just put a timer there saying 10 seconds, so we know, okay, this lasts 10 seconds, this lasts 15 seconds. That'll make it easier for everybody, so we're not guessing how good these perks are, because this could be a really good perk and we just don't know it because we just don't know how long it lasts and don't want to spend the time building it, only to be disappointed by the 5 second time. And if you're getting hit by a kimono, it takes like 5 seconds to recover, so it's already gone. Why would I ever use this? I'm never going to benefit. Anyway, so this is the new Maul that I think is another alternative to the Tempest Maul. That's how I'm going to put it. Uh, Although it's obviously probably better, but that's not to discredit the Tempest Maul. It's still a good Maul. So anyone rocking it, you're still good rocking it, you know? But this one does come with some better perks on it that just outclass the perks that come on that one inherently. Because everyone likes to get Battle Spirit and Desperation on their builds for Kimono Pass, and those inherently come on this weapon. You don't have to bring them; they're here, so you just can bring all the other perks that are really good from them all. And that's what I did. I brought all the extended wraps available on the tree, along with Shockwave, because I like making them unconscious. That's just my deal. You don't have to do that, but I like knocking them out a little bit, and it happens often enough with just 15%. Although I know I'm probably gonna rebuild this one. I'm not really gonna change it that much. I'm just gonna like come come back on here and then probably grab the one stroke. Because I'm pretty sure the uptime on that's like 20-30 seconds or something like that. That's a boost of attack when you break apart. Break parts pretty easily at the wall. So overall, that's gonna be better than just the little 4% that I'm getting with the extended wrap, I think. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab that. So if you're gonna try and mimic this build, the alternative to do that is there. I mean, and you can see the way I went. I don't know why I went this way. I had no idea what I was trying to achieve with maybe a surprise attack I was attempting to build. This was something I put together a long time ago, before Limit Break was even a thing, actually, because I wanted to test out that weapon. Unfortunately, it didn't do so well at the time, and I think I just ended up grabbing the extended wrap here. That's kind of why I did it. I just don't know why I didn't go straight down. But anyway, you could just ignore that and then just go basically straight down, grab the extended wrap, come back, and then go around to wherever it is you want, whether you want to grab a shockwave or grab the one stroke. You could just come the same way that I went and then just wrap around this way or wrap around. Actually, no, you'll just wrap around either this way or come up this way, however you can afford it. If you have materials for this, or you have no material for here, you got two ways to go in. Grabbing that, coming around. There's another shockwave here, so you actually don't even need to grab the one from here. And the other extended wrap is over here. And this one already comes with desperation, so that's good. So yeah, you could either you could do the 2 extended wraps, the 1 stroke. You could use shockwave, or alternatively, if you don't want shockwave, you could grab, I guess, a power smash boost attack. There's one over here, and there's one over here. Power smash boosts the attack as spinning attacks with the extended maul, which I tend to do quite often. I don't think I'll still grab it. I think I'll stick with the shockwave. Plus, I'd have to completely go back here or wrap all the way down over here, and I don't want to do all that. And it's only 8%. I mean, it's okay, but eh. But you know, it's good. You know, and I honestly I don't really see too many people do that. I'm actually gonna not deviate there yet. I'll come back to that, but I'm just because I'm gonna quickly show this off. This is what I'm rocking. I'm rocking the quarter boost, so I can bonk them one more time with the triangle spinning attack. Because there's 3 with the base amount of stamina, 4 if you got 1 core boost, and you have 3 core boosts, that's 5. I'm not doing 3 core boosts. I'm just gonna do the 1 to get 4. I'm rocking the usual with the new meta pants of being Battle Spirit 12% versus the 10%. It comes with stealth art, so I guess if you play multiplayer, you won't be noticed as easily, so you can bonk them a little bit easier. So that's actually cool and beneficial in co-op. Then I'm just rocking these talismans. Got some 1 strokes in there, some more Battle Spirit, and Resurrection, of course. So yeah. But yeah, I'm going back to the Power Smoosh thing, because I know a lot of people, they tend to just, oh, I was hunting something. I got sidetracked. Whatever. Basically, if you do this, this is what everyone does. And, I mean, when you do your first trap, they're stuck for a while, so, I mean, you could get 2 of those off, and I guess they do pretty good, but I mean, doing the power smash boost attack can, I think, in a way, maybe outdamage it. At least how I think of it. Because basically, what I usually do on my first trap, at least, and sometimes even my second, if I get the right amount of timing on it, is, you know, you just do your usual, and then you spin. And since I have all that extra stamina, every knock I'm getting like 2 to 4 ticks, because sometimes it's consistent. Even on volatiles, I'm hitting like 100 damage on all the ticks that I get, which it says like 2 to 4, depending. So I'm seeing a lot of ticks going off, and that adds up to being 7 to 1,000 damage extra, and on top of the extended attacks that I did to begin with to get there. Oops, missed that. And on top of that, the final smash into at the end. And usually I still have enough time, and by now they'd be escaping, but I'd get a whole set off. So at least the first trap, you can do that to get all that extra damage that nobody's taking advantage of. But anyway, I just want to spew that out there, because I feel like the whole spitting thing is just being underutilized with this class, and it's a little bit more viable than some like to think. But, yeah. Anyway, that's my share of the new limit break system and the potential. So check out your weapon trees, and maybe you'll find some new good weapons on some of the other classes. So, yep, that's what I want to share. Thanks, guys. Peace.